Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another episode here on European Confessions. The following story that you're going to be listening to, it comes from a translation of a message that I received. The translation reads like this: My name is Tawanda, and I have done something that is truly unforgivable. I destroyed my girlfriend's passport, whom I'll call Rumbi, not her real name, because I could not bear the thought of her leaving me. It is not just a passport, to tell you the truth. To me, it was a ticket to a better life. She had been offered a job as a caregiver in Ireland, something that she had worked hard for, even though I used to discourage her because her English was not up to standard. But instead of supporting her, I let my insecurities take control. I ruined her dreams simply because she refused to marry me. In South Africa, even though we were staying as husband and wife, but we were not legally married, I got so scared, especially my mom. She was like, this girl, the moment that she gets onto the plane, she is going to delete your phone numbers and she will never communicate with you because you are not her husband legally. And I said, but mom, I did send some money to inform her parents that it is I who is staying with her, with their daughters. And my mom said, what is Trakera Ikono? That is the money that you pay when you start to stay with someone's daughter, to make sure that if anything happens to that man's daughter, then you will be able to approach the man and tell them that your daughter is sick. So that was the only money that I had paid, which was equivalent to one cow. That is what the family had requested, which was around about 6,500. So I was afraid of losing her. I was scared of losing that money that I had sent to her parents. So I am confessing to you, not because I want forgiveness. I know that I don't deserve it, but because I need to speak my mind, to get this off from my chest, because it has been troubling me. Because now I am now staying with another woman. So me and Rumbidzai, we met a couple of years ago here in Cape Town. She was being abused by her own boyfriend and we started dating. We were both Zimbabweans trying to make a living in South Africa. Life was tough, but at least we had each other. She was everything to me. What I did not like about her was someone who kept on doing these researches. All that she wanted was to leave South Africa and to go to another country. And she was that kind of a person whom you could see that she has a bright future. But the problem was that I did not want her to leave me. She always talked about wanting more, leaving Cape Town and going somewhere where she could build a better future. Mind you, whenever she would speak, I was never in the picture. I would admire her even when she would be busy researching. Then I would ask her, are we going together? And she will be like, you know, as a man, it is very difficult for you to go to Europe, but as a woman, I can go there. Then that will be the end of the story. No promise that you are going to rejoin me in Europe. When she got the opportunity of a lifetime, there was a caregiving agency in Ireland who had accepted her application. She was happy. She told me how this job will change everything, not just for her, but for her family back in Zimbabwe. And she'll be like, yo, I now finally have a chance to build a good house for my mother. What about me? You know, I never complained as a man. I kept quiet, but I was hurt. I told my mom about this. My mom said, oh, so she's going to build her mother a house. What about you? What about your own mother? Does she ever mention that she will ever do something good for me? And I said, no, mom, she does not include me in her plans. Then she said she's a prostitute. When she goes to Ireland, she's going to forget you. I was never proud of her from that time, as reality, according to my mom, was setting in. She was like, I told you so many times, leave those prostitutes in Cape Town and come and get a proper girl from the village. All that I could think about how much money I had spent on this woman, how far she would be away from me. It was another country, a different world. What if she went there and forget about me, like according to my mother? What if she found someone else? As the weeks went by, her excitement only grew. She spent hours researching Ireland, practicing her English, preparing for her trip. With each and every step that she took towards her dream, I felt like she was taking a step further and further away from me. I started to resent the job, even though I knew that it was not fair. I would watch her talk endlessly on the phone with her relatives, them being happy, I would try to hide it, but I was not happy. One evening, we were sitting in our tiny apartment. She was talking about how she could not wait to send her mother some money in Mutare once she gets sure that she would be going to Ireland. So she was always holding her passport, and I was really angry. That was when I said, you know what? I can make this little thing disappear. Without it, she won't go anywhere. At that time, to tell you the truth, here in South Africa, she had stamped a departure and pretended as if she was going home because she was trying to save money. She did not want to keep on going to Zim and returning back. As you know, that Cape Town is really far. So she was illegal in South Africa. I said, okay, maybe I have a chance. I kept on trying to push the thought away. I wanted to rat her out. There was this other police officer in the area where we were staying. So I was thinking of telling that man that she was an illegal person. A few days later, she went out to run errands. I saw a chance, and then I took her passport. Brother Nashi, even my hands were shaking because I was about to do something that was truly evil, because I knew that if she was going to have a mark on her passport, then it was going to be very difficult for her to be accepted. Then I thought about her leaving, and then I took that passport, went at the back, and I placed it in the braai stand, and I burned the passport, and I said, you are not going anywhere. I quickly called my mom. When she returned back home, she said, did you see my passport? I said, no, I did not see anything. And I told her that when I was busy sitting at the back, maybe there were some Nyaupe boys that had gained access into our room and stolen some stuff. I had even stolen my own cell phone and hid it somewhere else. And she started crying, and I said, my phone is gone. In the meantime, I had informed that guy. As they were doing their patrol, they saw that the gate to our apartment was opened, and then the car drove in. Then they asked for our documents. Oh yes, I had mine, pulled mine out, totally clean, and then they left me, and they said, what about your wife? And I looked at her. She started crying. They arrested her, and then she was returned back home. Brother Nashi, that is the thing that I did. I know that it was truly evil. By the time that she returned back to Cape Town, I had already moved on with my life because I had stopped loving her. How can you prepare for a better future when you want to leave the man who was trying to give you a future in this country? Like this girl, she was going to dump me, just like what my mom told me. So I followed my mom's advice, and I am guilty for that. Dear listeners, right there was a message that was sent to me by one of our brother. What a cruel thing to do. Let us try to speak with him in the comment section.